Hey guys, and welcome back for another content of Ragnarok M Classic. And in this video, we are going to have a follow-up with my recent video regarding the Master Skill 2 tier list. Because there are some misunderstandings about why I make these videos. First of all, I don't plan on making a tier list, but since viewers are requesting this kind of topic, then I think it would also be beneficial for my channel to gain more attractions. Tier lists are based on someone's opinion. You may agree to it or even disagree. That is perfectly fine. That is why on the 18th second part of my video, I've made a quick disclaimer. And I know most of you skipped that part. That's why we got here. Let's try to play it again.
But before we start, I just want to let you know that these are just my opinion based on the descriptions. I will try to explain why I put them on that list. This may change once the Master Skill 2 is released because it is much preferable to experience it firsthand. That is why
This may change once the Master Skill 2 is released because it is much preferable to experience it firsthand. Yes, it will be different when it comes to our server. Remember when Blueberries ranked the ABR twin cannons to 4.5? It was nerfed here on the C server, right? And most mechanics are protesting about this until now. And also, the Spirit combo rated to 3-star. We know what happened here. See, that's what I'm talking about. The C server will modify some of its Master Skill before they will release it on our server. And things may change when we experience it firsthand.
Lapakgaming is the most affordable top-up site that has a guaranteed safe transaction with a 10 times money back guarantee. They have a lot of games that you can top up discounted prices here like Mobile Legends, Ragnarok Origin, and of course the Ragnarok M Classic. For example is this Warlock that costs only 1,573 pesos in the Lapakgaming, while if you are buying it in-game, it may cost around 1,796. That's a more than 200 peso discount. Then from here, enter your character UID that is located on your in-game profile, and they have a special discount of up to 1,500 pesos on Ragnarok M Classic. Just type romc L1GHT on the promo code, click the use promo to get your special discount, and then complete the payment process by clicking the buy now. That's easy, and you will get the product that you have purchased instantly after the payment is complete. So what are you waiting for? Click my link in the description and on the comment section, then top up now. Thanks for listening, and let's get back to the video.
Okay, so now we get to the main part. Honestly, I'm quite surprised by how many Warlock comments I get from the usual, unlike last month. And I think there's a misunderstanding on the part where I put the Master Skill 2 on the not worthy list. I think they skipped the part again where I explain why. I do take constructive criticisms. I do love these people actually who explains a lot more clearly than me, because I learned from them. You can take these two comments for example. One that gives you information and the other one just straight up laughing at your mistake. Yeah, I know there are these kind of people, so we'll just ignore them and move on. But if you go straight up attacking us, a content creator who pours so many hours for just one video, just because you didn't watch and listen carefully, then that might be a problem and I have to take actions for it. Because I am building a community here who is capable of helping other people too. Okay, so let's get back to the Warlock's Master Skill 2. Just to clarify, I did not say that this skill is weak. Not even a word on my mouth. But anyways, let's make an in-depth understanding on how this Master Skill works. We will use some clips of I Am Mai. She is a Thai content creator. You can also check on her channel as she uploads these Master Skill 2. We will not go through with the damage multiplier because we already know it's high. Now, once you cast the Crimson Fire Arrow, the initial damage will apply, which indicated here. Then it will leave a Fire Pillar before the big one. The Fire Pillars deal normal damage with your current Fire Pillar attack, and it ticks every 1 second. But on the Massive Fire Pillar, it ticks 4.3 seconds of your Fire Pillar damage. Now, we need to clarify that this Master Skill 2 doesn't have a burn effect. That is right if we base it here on the description. There is no indication to which of this Master Skill can inflict a burn status. So I think I've read a lot of comments about this skill which stacks burn status, and I think you guys assume that this Master Skill does too. Unfortunately, the one we see here is still the allied passive of the High Wizard. Once we use the Fire Element skill damage, it will trigger an allied damage over time. And this allied can stack up damage multiple times for up to 10 layers. and the only skill that can benefit from this stack is the Flame Dash, for which this skill damage will multiply with each stacks of a light. The description here is wrong and we already tested this. So again, no easy burn ailment trigger for us, so we will just rely on the magic firewood again. The next thing we will discuss is, would this bypass the land protector or the earth field of sages? Let's take this clip for example. From the moment she casted the skill, the trail doesn't go through, but the giant fire pillar exists on the ground that has no earth field. Now in the next clip, she tries casting it from afar and sees if the giant fire pillar can bypass the earth field. And you can see here, it still doesn't bypass the earth field. The good thing here is you can still cast it even on the earth field, and there might be remaining fire pillars that cannot be nullified by the area of effect of the earth field, which I think is not so useful. And if I'm correct, the range of this skill is fixed by 8 meters. That is quite long honestly. Even if you cast this near where you are standing, it will just grow until it reaches 8 meters. And I think that is where the Chinese players are complaining about, the positioning. Because some monsters are not caught by the explosion that deals the high amount of damage. That is why they are asking for a fixed patch of this skill. I won't go over with the flame shield as this is just straight up shield when you are near the fire pillars. And I also don't know if this 2 seconds will be continuous if you are just near the fire pillars. If that's so, then this would be broken. But anyways, I will explain my side again on why I say it's not worthy. So my viewers here mostly are F2P and low spenders. I usually guide them through my journey of being a wizard since day 1. Now I know some of you here are not really a wizard since day 1. You just switched to Warlock because it's meta now. And you don't know the struggle of having only a 1 strong element skill, that is our Meteor Storm. We also have Stormgust and Lord of Vermilion, but they deal mediocre damage, and they have fixed cast time unlike Meteor Storm. So from that point, only Meteor Storm is the strongest skill of Warlock along with the Fire Pillars. If I'm correct, Dietary Genetics too are also using fire element damage as their main source of damage. So yeah, I think you get the point here. Having only 1 strong element damage leads to disadvantage, just like the early stages of Palace of Ghosts. When this dungeon opens, it's really hard to finish this one, especially with low DPS party members. And I was one of them who have the low DPS because I was just using the Stormgust at that time. No way you will use the Meteor Storm on that Flame Horse. And with that, they just replaced me with a better class. Same with the Sorcerer Converter meta, we really struggle a lot when they always convert the property into water. That is why I just make a wind preset, but still it's not good enough. If you experience this in the early stages, you will know how painful it is to just rely on 1 strong element skill. I'm just glad that we have the ghost element damage now to counter some other elements. If you are skipping the MS1 or the ghost element for MS2, then it is up to you. It's just my piece of advice. But my opinion is different if you are a spender. If you already have the MS1 and are going for the MS2, then that would be much better. You can just choose on what master skill to use on this type of instances or whatsoever. That's gonna be cool considering you will have more fire damage along with your Meteor Storm and Flame Dash. So my conclusion is that the Master Skill 2 of Warlock is indeed a strong fire damage skill. If all players can just easily get this skill, I would say that this might have potential or even great considering you can combo the skill with a Meteor Storm and Flame Dash and it has a shield. But the harsh truth is that this is a Master Skill. This needs 130M plus Zenny investment. Let's say you invested 130M already on the MS2 because you don't have Master Skill 1. Then you go to a party with a Converter Sorcerer or just 101 Palace of Ghost Brave. Still use the Master Skill 2 plus Meteor Storm combo? But who knows? Maybe the developers will make this skill overpowered again, just like what they did to the Ghost skill that is so overpowered that it can bypass the neutral property reduction. We will know in the future. But now, this is just my opinion. Zenny is very important in this game, so you need to spend it properly. Make a wiser decision. Just a piece of advice. A flexible Warlock is a much better Warlock. And lastly, I have some clips here that you might enjoy watching. It's the CN Server's Master Skill 2 PvP highlights from God Evolution channel. If you find this video helpful, then please leave a like. Also subscribe to support my channel. As always, thank you for watching, stay safe and have an awesome day. Lights out.